Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I thought I'd do a little video on tips on shipping the journals. Maybe just show you real quick how I ship my journals. I thought you could be interested in if you're thinking of selling your own journals and you weren't sure how to go about it. Now this will just be for soft cover ones. If you had a hardcover one that had a spine in it that was more like a hardcover book, that would be different. And I only sell these soft covers. So one way I do it is with this kind of cover, and this kind of cover is a little bit flatter. It has the flowers on it, but they're not really paper raised flowers. And then this one has got the kind of a raised paper flower, and I do that one a little bit differently. So what I do is I have gotten antique wallpaper rolls, and I've gotten them from garage sales and from the charity shops. I've gotten a few different kinds. This is just one kind. And what I do is I take the roll and I cut off a strip in the length of my journal. So I cut it off so that it's about, and you don't want it too much longer because you want it to fit in there nice, and every bit of extra that you have is weight that you have that's going to cost for your postage. So I get a piece, and then when you take it off the roll, it's going to be, well here, this one I haven't done yet. It's going to be all rolled up, right? So to get it straight, if you want it straight, now this one I want to keep that way, and I'll tell you why in a minute. You take a handle or some type of a round object and you roll all this backwards, and you roll it really tight backwards, and once you do that, then it comes out flatter and it won't be quite so hard to deal with. So first I take my journal, and this is what I use to package with. Now if I had the flowers like this one, I would put some tissue paper on it, because these flowers are paper flowers and they're kind of standing up higher than normal, and I want to kind of shield them. But this one I don't need to, because most of this stuff is pretty flat. So I take the journal and I wrap it in the wallpaper like so, and then I cut off this little piece right here, and then sometimes I'll tape it with some washi tape. You don't have to. So I'll do that, and that's what I use to kind of shield my journal in my, let's see, I think they're 9 by 12 envelopes. I'm not going to cut that off right at the moment, but I would have cut that off for weight, and some wallpaper is heavier than other ones. This happens to be kind of light, and then I just slip it inside there like that. And that's really all I need to keep my journal okay. And I have mailed hundreds of journals this way, and I haven't ever had anybody say that there's anything that came out wrong with them, that they didn't come out right. And then I'll add like a thank you card, or I like to take doilies, like a little bit, like 5 or 6 doilies all stuck together, those paper doilies, and then write on the top one, thank you, hope you enjoy the journal, and then stick that in there, because that's kind of like a little thank you, little extra thank you. And that way they can actually use the vintage wallpaper and they can use the doily, so it's giving them a little extra. So once you close this up, you always want to take, and I just use this, you can use any kind of packing tape. I happen to use this easy tape. You take and you tape this one right here, and then I always like to tape this one right here. Then on the front, you buy these off of Amazon, and I think on my links of things that I use, I think I might have a link for these packing label envelopes or packets. You peel this off, and the whole back side of this is glued, and it sticks down on here. And one of the ways to do it easy, so it doesn't get all wrinkled, is to start it just a little bit, then set it on the envelope. Actually, we can go ahead and do it, because we can just use this for the next one. So you just set it like that, and then you just pull it free like that. Then when you go to Itsy, you print your label, and you have to cut it out of the paper, and then you just stick it in here, and you pull this one free, and this sticks down, and you have your little label in there. It's all ready. Now the other thing that I like to do, so I have tape both sides, have the label on there, then after that I write on these, on the front and back, please do not bend. And I write on the back here, same thing. I won't finish it. Please do not bend. And there, I'm ready to go. My package is ready to go. Now, this is what you don't necessarily have to have this all on there, but once you get it in the envelope, that is what you weigh with your postal scale. So that you have, it doesn't have to be completely accurate, but a very close amount of how much this is going to weigh, so that you can tell ISTE these are normally no more than 6 ounces. So on ISTE I'll tell it's 6 ounces, and then the width is 9 by 12, and then it's important to decide how thick you think it is. This would be a 1 inch. On a big journal that I have decorated all the way through, these are those DIY journals that aren't decorated very much, it would be thicker. It would be 2 inches. So you put that in there, and then it'll calculate your postage for you. And in my shop, anything over $35 I do the postage. Anything under $35 the customer pays for the postage. So on the ones that are under $35, you want to be very careful to get it accurate for them to pay their postage, and you get the right postage and everything. So, and then if I'm going to mail this one, because it's got the flowers, I've been taking the wallpaper, and I've not been straightening it like I showed you, roll it backwards. I've been leaving it kind of like this, so that I figured that maybe it would keep it a little bit, would help the flowers from not getting too crushed, because that has got some shape to it. So I've been doing that, and like I said, I put tissue paper on it first, and then I put it in there and weigh it. So that is how I package up my journals, and as you can see, it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. I imagine that some of you probably might not think to sell a journal because you don't know about shipping it, but I've been doing this, like I said, hundreds of journals this way, and I haven't ever had a complaint once. They come just fine. So I just thought you could be interested in how we send these off. It might help you out if you're thinking about selling your own journals. So I really hope you're having a great crafting day, and thank you so much for stopping by.